free AI tax assistant that finds deductions, IRS-proof, your digital tax-saving bloodhound. Let's be honest. The mere mention of taxes often triggers a visceral reaction somewhere between mild dread and the impulse to fake your own death and move to a non-extradition country. It's a labyrinthine world of cryptic forms, indecipherable jargon, and the constant, nagging fear that you've missed something crucial, leaving money on Uncle Sam's table or, worse, accidentally inviting an audit. But what if your tax season savior wasn't a bespectacled accountant charging by the hour, but a lightning-fast, endlessly patient, and, dare we say, slightly nerdy digital companion? Enter the free AI tax assistant that finds deductions, IRS-proof, the technological equivalent of strapping a jetpack to your shoebox full of receipts. The horror show, Why We Need Saving. Imagine tax preparation as a low-budget horror movie. You're the hapless protagonist, armed only with a flickering flashlight, your basic tax software, or, heaven forbid, a pencil. The menacing shadows are overlooked deductions. The jump scares are unexpected forms. 1,099 INT? K1? Why? The inevitable, soul-crushing finale? Realizing you could have saved hundreds, maybe thousands, if only you'd known about the obscure credit for maintaining a bat sanctuary in your attic. Note, probably not a real deduction. Probably. Traditional methods are fraught. 1. The DIY daredevil. Brave, perhaps foolhardy. You wrestle with IRS publications thicker than a Tolstoy novel, trying to decipher if your home office qualifies or if your collection of rare garden gnomes counts as a business expense. Hours vanish. Confidence plummets. The risk of missing deductions or making errors is high. 2. The generic software soldier. An upgrade, certainly. It asks questions, but they often feel like a pop quiz on topics you never studied. Did you incur any unreimbursed employee expenses related to the production of income? You read, blinking slowly, suddenly unsure if your commute counts as production. It captures the obvious stuff, but the nuanced, industry-specific, or lesser-known deductions, easily overlooked without expert guidance. 3. The human CPA hero, the gold standard, but often comes with a golden price tag. For complex situations, invaluable. For the average taxpayer with a W-2, a mortgage, and a side hustle selling crocheted cat hats on Etsy, the cost might outweigh the potential savings. Plus, booking appointments, like finding a unicorn in April. This is where the AI tax assistant swoops in, not with a cape, but with algorithms, promising a free, comprehensive, and dare we say, less painful solution focused squarely on finding every legal deduction you deserve. The AI advantage, more than just a fancy calculator. Forget Clippy. Modern AI tax assistants are sophisticated engines trained on vast datasets of tax code, regulations, like the constantly evolving Internal Revenue Code and IRS publications, court rulings, and anonymized tax filings. They aren't just calculators, they're deduction bloodhounds. Here's how they revolutionize the hunt. 1. The interrogation minus the bright lights. Instead of presenting you with a monolithic form, AI assistants often use intuitive, conversational interfaces. Think of it as a friendly but thorough tax detective interviewing you. Hey, did you work from home this year? Tell me about your setup. Did you pay any student loan interest? Let me grab those details. I see you drove for Uber Eats. Tell me about your mileage and phone mount expenses. This guided approach surfaces opportunities a user might never think to mention spontaneously. It's less filling out a form and more having a chat with a super smart, slightly obsessive tax buddy. 2. Pattern recognition on steroids. Humans are great, But even the most diligent CPA can't instantly recall every possible deduction across every profession and life situation. AI can. It cross-references your specific inputs, job type, industry, home ownership status, investments, dependents, education expenses, medical costs, charitable contributions, against the entire universe of potential deductions and credits. Did you know teachers can deduct unreimbursed classroom supplies? Or that performing artists have specific deduction rules? Or that you might deduct the cost of installing energy-efficient windows? The AI does. It's constantly scanning for patterns in your data that match known deduction triggers. 3. The receipt black hole solution. We've all been there. A crumpled gas receipt from July? A faded invoice for that work laptop accessory? The AI assistant doesn't judge your filing system or lack thereof. It helps you categorize expenses as you go or retrospectively. Snap a picture of a receipt, upload a bank statement. The AI uses optical character recognition, OCR, and data parsing to extract relevant info and suggest potential categories, e.g., this $150 at Home Depot looks like it could be a home office supply or repair expense. Want to categorize it? It transforms the archaeological dig through your glove compartment into a streamlined process. 4. Continuous learning and updates. Tax law isn't static. Congress tweaks, the IRS issues new rulings, court cases set precedents. A good AI tax assistant is constantly updated with these changes. That obscure deduction that became available mid-year, the AI knows. The phase-out threshold for a credit that changed, the AI adjusts. You're not relying on last year's knowledge or a software version you haven't updated. IRS-proof. Demystifying the claim, no magic wands involved. The bold IRS-proof claim. Let's temper the hype with reality. Serve with a side of wit. This does not mean audit immunity. No piece of software, AI or otherwise, can guarantee you won't be audited. The IRS uses complex algorithms, ironic, for selection. AI can significantly reduce audit risk by maximizing accuracy and ensuring you have a necessary documentation trail. It helps you organize. Creative accounting endorsement. The AI isn't going to suggest deducting your pet iguana's rhinestone jacket as a business entertainment expense, unless you're a professional iguana stylist with receipts. Then maybe consult a human. Its goal is to find legitimate IRS-sanctioned deductions based on current law and your real data. Replacing professional judgment in complex cases. If you own multiple rental properties, run a multi-state S-corp, or recently discovered oil under your backyard, you still need a human CPA. AI is a powerful tool, not a psychic tax oracle for highly intricate situations. What IRS-proof really means. 1. Compliance-first design. Reputable AI tax tools are built with the tax code as their foundational blueprint. Their deduction suggestions are grounded in actual IRS publications like Pub 17, Pub 535, Pub 529, etc., regulations, and established interpretations. They don't invent deductions. They illuminate the ones that exist. 2. Documentation emphasis. The best AI assistants don't just find a deduction. They tell you why and what you need to prove it. This qualifies as a home office deduction under IRS guidelines. See IRS Pub 587. Remember to keep records of your mortgage interest, utilities, and repairs allocated to the office space, and have the square footage calculation ready. It turns deduction claims from hopeful guesses into documented, defensible positions. 3. Audit trail generation. By guiding your data entry and record keeping, the AI inherently helps create a cleaner, more organized audit trail. It logs your inputs, the deductions it suggested, and the reasoning often linked to IRS rules. This is invaluable if the IRS ever comes knocking. You can show how you arrived at your numbers, not just the final figure. 4. Reduced error rates. Human error, transposing numbers, misreading forms, applying the wrong rule, is a major source of tax problems. AI significantly minimizes these mechanical errors through automation and validation checks. Accuracy is inherently more IRS-proof than sloppy paperwork. The comedy goldmine, AI versus human tax foibles. Let's face it, taxes are absurd enough to be funny. AI interaction adds a new layer of comedic potential. The overenthusiastic deduction hunter. Imagine the AI desperately trying to be helpful. I see you purchased 17 pounds of gummy bears in February. Were these for business research? Perhaps a blog on confectionery textures? We might be able to deduct 37% under professional development materials. User, no, Gary, that was just a Tuesday. The literal interpretation nightmare. User, I work with animals. AI, fantastic. Let's explore deductions for livestock feed, veterinary expenses, breeding fees, stable rental. User, Gary, I'm a pet groomer at Furry Tail Salon. The only livestock is Mr. Fluffington, the Pomeranian, and he brings his own snacks. The existential receipt crisis. AI, please categorize this receipt for $42.87 at Mysterious Emporium. User, office supplies? AI, based on merchant categorization, there's a 68% probability this was for novelty candles, a plastic Viking helmet, and possibly a questionable taxidermy squirrel. Would you like to reclassify? The audit preparedness pep talk, AI, excellent. You've claimed the educator expense deduction. Remember, the IRS may ask for proof. Please ensure you have dated receipts showing the glitter construction paper and that bulk pack of world's best teacher mugs was truly for classroom use and not, personal existential validation. User sweats nervously while staring at a mountain of mugs. Beyond deductions, the ripple effect of free AI help. The impact of free, powerful AI tax assistance goes beyond just putting more money back in your pocket, though that's undeniably fantastic. 1. Democratizing tax knowledge. It levels the playing field. You don't need to afford a CPA to potentially access sophisticated deduction finding capabilities. This empowers individuals and small businesses, giving them insights previously reserved for those who could pay for expert advice. 2. Reducing anxiety. Knowing a thorough, tireless digital assistant is combing through the rules for you is incredibly reassuring. It transforms tax season from a looming terror into a manageable, even slightly empowering task. 3. Promoting compliance. When people understand the rules better and have tools to follow them accurately, overall compliance improves. AI assistants act as guides, making it easier to do the right thing correctly. 4. Freeing up human experts. By handling the routine deduction hunts and data wrangling for millions of standard filers, AI allows human CPAs and enrolled agents to focus their valuable time and expertise on the truly complex cases where nuanced judgment is irreplaceable. It makes the entire tax ecosystem more efficient. The human-AI partnership. The future is collaborative. The rise of the AI tax assistant isn't about replacing humans. It's about augmenting them. Think of it as your tireless, hyper-informed research assistant and data organizer. You bring the life context. No, Gary, the llama was a gift, not a business asset. The AI brings the encyclopedic knowledge of the tax code and the processing power to apply it instantly to your situation. It flags opportunities, asks clarifying questions, ensures accuracy, and builds your documentation. You remain the final decision maker, the one who knows the real story behind the receipts. Conclusion: ditch the dread, embrace the digital detective. The free AI tax assistant that finds deductions, IRS-proof, isn't science fiction. It's the rapidly evolving present of tax preparation. It's a powerful, accessible tool designed to tackle the single most frustrating aspect of taxes for most people: the fear of missing out on money rightfully theirs. It transforms deduction hunting from a daunting scavenger hunt into a guided, efficient, and surprisingly manageable process, with moments of levity courtesy of your slightly literal digital companion. So this tax season, ditch the shoebox, silence the inner panic monster, and enlist your AI bloodhound. Let's sniff through your financial records with algorithmic precision. Embrace the free help. Enjoy the comedic misunderstandings. They build character, right? And rest a little easier knowing you've leveraged technology to ensure you're not leaving your hard-earned cash on the government's table. After all, in the grand, slightly absurd theater of taxes, having a free, IRS-proof digital detective on your side is the best punchline and the smartest deduction of all. Just remember, Gary might ask about the gummy bears. Be prepared. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe. It will really help this channel out. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more informative videos coming.